You know, somewhere along the way, we started living for everyone else. We began to measure our worth by the number of likes, followers, comments, and claps we get. We forgot what it means to simply wake up, look in the mirror, and say, I'm proud of who I am. See, life isn't about chasing everything that shines. It's about focusing on what truly matters you. You are the foundation. You are the project. You are the investment. But the problem is, most people are busy trying to fix everything around them. Their jobs, relationships, appearance, and they forget the most important part, themselves. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give energy, love, or inspiration if your own soul is running on empty. So today, it's time to focus not on what they think, not on what they expect, but on who you are, what you stand for, and what kind of person you want to become. You see, the world doesn't reward people who blend in. It rewards those who are real. Authenticity, that's your greatest power. There's only one you. And if you spend your life trying to be someone else, you'll end up losing yourself completely. Here's the truth. You are not for everyone. And that's okay. Stop apologizing for being who you are. Stop chasing validation. The moment you start valuing yourself, the world begins to recognize your worth. When you respect your time, people stop wasting it. When you set boundaries, people start treating you differently. When you say no to things that drain your energy, you open the door to things that fill your life with purpose. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means knowing your limits. It means understanding that peace is more valuable than attention, and growth is more powerful than approval. You've got to build habits that serve your future, not your comfort. Because comfort kills ambition. It whispers in your ear, you've done enough, when deep down, you know you've got more in you. So push yourself, not because you need to prove anything to anyone, but because you owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. Discipline is when you wake up early, eat right, work hard, and stay consistent. That's love. Not the kind you post about, the kind you feel when you look at your reflection and say, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Listen, every great thing in life comes with a cost. Your time, your energy, your patience. But that cost is worth it when it's spent building you. Because when you're focused, when you're aligned, when you're at peace with who you are, that's when success follows naturally. The world will always try to distract you. It will tell you to rush, to compare, to compete. But the truth is, the game is within. You're not in competition with them. You're in competition with the person you were yesterday. So ask yourself today, am I living with intention? Am I doing what truly matters to me? Am I becoming someone I can respect even when no one's watching? That's the real measure of success. Not the trophies, not the applause, not the attention, but the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've stayed true to your path. So slow down, breathe, focus. Your time is limited. Spend it on what builds you, not what breaks you. Stop trying to impress everyone. Start trying to improve yourself, because one day you'll look back and realize that every distraction, every rejection, every closed door was guiding you toward one simple truth. You were always enough. And when you finally start believing that, you'll stop chasing the noise and start creating your own music. So remember, it's time to focus. It's time to value yourself. Because once you do, the world won't be able to ignore your light. Now, let's take it deeper. Focus is not just about saying yes to your dreams. It's about saying no again and again to the distractions that steal your energy. You've got to protect your peace like it's treasure, because it is. You've got to guard your goals like your future depends on them, because it does. Every moment you waste trying to please someone who doesn't value you is a moment stolen from your growth. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, you push your purpose one step further away. Life rewards clarity. When you know what you stand for, what you want, and what you're willing to sacrifice, you become unstoppable. But when you drift without direction, you become easy to control, easy to manipulate, easy to forget. You see, focus is freedom. Because when you focus, you stop being a slave to opinions, to fears, to doubts. You stop chasing everything that looks good, and you start building what feels right. You start saying, no, I don't need their approval. No, I don't need to explain myself. No, I'm not going to waste my energy proving my worth. You don't need to chase the crowd. When you walk with purpose, your presence becomes your power. And valuing yourself, that's where it all begins. Value yourself enough to walk away from things that hurt your soul. Value yourself enough to rest when you're tired. Value yourself enough to trust your journey, even when it's silent. There will be days when no one believes in you, days when the results don't show, days when it feels like you're invisible. But that's when you have to remember, growth happens in the dark. A seed doesn't sprout in the spotlight. It grows underground, in silence, before it breaks through. So be patient with your process. Be loyal to your goals. The results will come when they're meant to. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not lost. You are learning. Every struggle you face is shaping your strength. And when that moment finally comes, when your light breaks through, you'll realize that the journey was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving yourself right. So stay grounded, stay focused, stay kind, but most importantly, stay you. Because there's no greater power in this world than a person who knows their worth and walks in it every single day. You are that person. You always have been. Now it's time to believe it. It's time to live it. It's time to focus and value yourself. Let me tell you something. Success doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do every single day, especially when no one's watching. You don't build a strong life by luck. You build it by focus. Focus is not a switch. It's a discipline. It's a choice you make over and over again when the world is trying to pull you in 1,000 directions. And sometimes the hardest part isn't doing more, it's doing less. Less of what drains you, less of what distracts you, less of what makes you forget who you are. Because clarity comes when you clean your space mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's hard to see your path when your mind is crowded with noise that doesn't belong to you. You've got to learn to turn down the volume on the world and turn up the volume on your heart. That quiet voice inside, it already knows the truth. It already knows what's right for you. The problem is, we don't listen to it enough. We're too busy comparing, scrolling, judging, rushing, and in that chaos, we lose the sound of our own soul. So, unplug, step back, sit with yourself. You'll be surprised at how much wisdom you already carry within you. The truth is, you don't need more advice. You need more alignment. You need to live in a way where your thoughts, words, and actions are all saying the same thing. That's where peace lives. That's where power begins.